Yeah, that's a ridiculous combo. I never thought of that. That's ridiculous.
What the?
I'll say it again. Ridiculous.
I don't like that's happening to my camera. But what's up, guys? We're back. It's the Forever Winter after the holiday break. We're getting back into action. We're right outside Sunblight, but let's see what happened last time. Pop it open. Passing through Bryn Shander, our new... Okay. Passing through Bryn Shander, our crew crossed paths with Copper Knobberknocker, the dwarven man who looked like a teddy bear. Mungo had gone to the house of the Morning Lord for help with a curse, and in return for having it removed, he promised to deliver a package of provisions to Copper's friend Macretus. Apparently, Macretus had sequestered himself in an old cabin to the north, working on some sort of device that he hoped could help put an end to the forever winter. But Copper had grown worried for his friend and wanted someone to drop in and make sure he was doing all right. He handed off the crate of provisions to Mungo and thanked him again before lurking back towards the temple. Well, this wasn't exactly on the schedule, but they'd see what they could do. Hopping into the cart, the party followed the trail out of Bryn Shander, past Targos, and up towards Tourmaline. But it was along this stretch that the men would be ambushed.
We coming up so many dogs.
Coming up quickly from the rear were a number of sleds and carts, each pulling 2 or 3 armed men with them. As soon as arrows started whizzing past, they knew the men had come for them and jumped into action. Rizal would stay at the front of the cart, making sure the cart stayed on course, while Mungo jumped up onto the roof and blasted at the men from above. Slacks, Stonegrave, and Monolith were in the back cabin when shit started to go down, and they would struggle to find good positions to fire out of the slender doorway. But Slacks manifested his shadow, and Shadow Slacks didn't need to stand on solid ground. The dark echo would seemingly glide over the top of the terrain unaffected, allowing him to walk right up to the other carts and attack. Monolith was launching spears out the back door while Stonegrave was looking for some sort of tactic. Her strength was in fighting face to face, but the carts were keeping a bit of a distance, so that wasn't going to work. Suddenly she thought of something and climbed out to get a view of their attackers. Invoking the stone rune in her longbow, she focused in on one of the sled dogs at the front of the sled to the north. The dog wasn't harmed directly, but upon failing its save, it locked up, unable to move, and stopped in place. Being attached to the rest of the pack, the dog was pulled by the others, dragging the poor pup along the ground. Unfortunately, the charmed doggo was causing a lot of drag, and the sled wasn't able to keep its pace, falling further behind every few seconds. Mungo takes a second and asks, "So, we're killing the dogs?" But before receiving a response, he turns towards one of the larger sleds and unleashes a fireball, engulfing all 8 dogs, as well as the 3 occupants of the sled ahead of it. The large sled immediately falls back, but to everyone's surprise, Mungo had utilized a sorcery point to protect the dogs, and the fireball blast simply burned off their harnesses. The men on the sled to the front weren't so lucky, though. Stonegrave had charmed one of the dogs, and they were losing speed. As a result, they fell back so far they were engulfed in Mungo's flames, and 2 of the men fell to the road, scorched, before quickly being taken away by the scrolling terrain. The one remaining guy, having been trying to line up a shot with his longbow, finally fires at Mungo, sending an arrow through his side. The man grabs a hold of the reins and takes control of the constantly slowing sled. Meanwhile, at the front of the cart, unable to see any of the action, but overhearing explosions and the squeal of animals, Rizal may not want to see what kind of harm they were doing to the wildlife, and made sure to keep his eyes on the road and his fists clenched around the reins. Keeping up the speed would be important if the others kept blowing the baddies off the road. The remaining bad guys still weren't deterred and kept up the chase, but with the help of Monolith, Slacks, Mungo, and Stonegrave were able to take them out and continue on their way. As the carts and corpses vanished into the horizon behind them, Slacks asked the group if anyone saw what they were wearing. These guys had just seemingly popped up after passing by Targos, and if they had to guess, it was probably Nerth's men behind the attack. But that was now behind them. Within an hour or so, the men rolled into Tourmaline, the coldest of the towns. Many townfolk wandered the street restlessly, and mining picks sat unused on porches, gathering frost. Ever since the mine had been shut down, these people haven't been able to make a living, and it really showed. Of course, time was running out for Kemet's wife, Christine, and so the crew pushed on towards Lonelywood. First thing upon arriving in Lonelywood was to pop into the Happy Scrimshander and see if anyone knew where Christine lived. The proprietor, Iriskree Harrowhill, didn't know Christine personally, but was kind enough to gather some drinks for the group. Rizal had been driving for so long with the wind in his face he was at risk of frostbite, and so the cider Iriskree brought warmed his bones. No closer to Christine than when they started, the group went to one of the nearest houses and knocked. A young cat lady named Jennifer answered, and they questioned her about Christine. But the woman was suspicious. She clearly knew Christine, but she didn't trust the party and wasn't willing to risk putting Christine in trouble. She sent them on their way as quickly as possible, but Mungo quickly noticed that she had climbed out the back window and was making her way across town. Slacks and Stonegrave walked the streets, and Mungo and Rizal followed Jennifer to a smaller cabin towards the edge of town. Jennifer had gone directly to Christine to warn her, but had led Mungo and Rizal directly to her. Mungo remains in the shadows, watching through a window while Rizal approaches the front door and knocks. Moments later, Christine answers, a taller woman with straight black hair, and Rizal begins to explain. Your husband sent us. She seems confused. Her husband, Kemet? But Kemet had abandoned them. Rizal and Mungo would continue to try and explain what they knew and figure out what was going on, because as far as Christine knew, she wasn't sick and had no idea what they were talking about. Eventually, Slacks and Stonegrave caught up, and Christine invited the whole group inside. From her perspective, a few months ago, Kemet had returned from a job a bit different. He was nicer and more caring. He seemed to listen more than he used to. He seemed like he had turned over a whole new leaf, and Christine was thrilled. He used to be such an asshole, but something happened on that job that changed him for the better. And although he was acting strange, Christine wasn't trying to look a gift horse in the mouth. Maybe he was a little hesitant to be intimate with her at first, but overall, this was a pleasant change for the better, and she didn't dare question it. She had been thinking of leaving him before, but now she could really see a life together. But then he never returned from Stevie Ray Charles's funeral. But that wasn't the Kemet the group knew. He hadn't mentioned any of that. From their perspective, they had met Kemet at Stevie Ray's funeral, and he had joined the group hoping to track down Stevie Ray's killer. Shortly after bringing their friend to justice, Kemet had sought out a medical professional in Bryn Shander and met Dr. Stephen Lazarus, who tasked him with the manufacture of a device. The device required a Goliath blacksmith to craft it, as well as a good amount of blessed water to neutralize the infection. And Kemet had been working hard to acquire these things ever since. He told everyone it was for Christine, his wife, but never mentioned what exactly it did. During their journey, Kemet had died, and they promised him they'd fulfill his goal and save her. But now, here she was, and she didn't seem to be sick at all. Was everything Kemet told them a lie? Why would he do this? Why would he have them go to all this effort for nothing? Surely there was something they were missing. But then Mungo noticed the ring on Christine's finger, a ring with a small skull on the tip, eerily similar to the skull dagger Kemet had grown fond of, proving he did care for her in some way, even if he hadn't told the whole truth to either of them. Pointing out the ring, Christine is sort of embarrassed. She claims she shouldn't be wearing it, but she found it tucked away in the desk, and it's been bringing her comfort. She hoped he might have been planning on proposing, but then, when it turned out he had abandoned them, she chose to wear it to remember the good times. Slack stopped her. Wait. Who is them? She had said abandon us. Who is us? And Christine, with a look of shock, moves her hand towards her belly, and Mungo instantly realizes she's Pregante. But instead of being overjoyed, the images of Kemet's death flash into the plasmoid's head, and a small creature having burst from his chest, having gestated inside. Dear lords, maybe she was sick after all. The group quickly agreed they needed to seek out this Dr. Lazarus, and they needed to take Christine to him to make sure everything was fine. At first she didn't want to go with these strangers, but after thinking about it more, if Kemet had actually abandoned them, it would be worth it to find out what he had been working towards. Christine agrees to come along, but tells Jennifer that if she doesn't send word within a day to send the town militia, these people did something to her. And so off they went. Christine packed some things, hopped into the cart, and the group made way for Bryn Shander. After checking with Scram Sachs, the bartender at the North Look, they learned that Dr. Lazarus lives right across the street and headed over post haste. Lazarus was wearing one of those multi-lens monocular headsets and flipped them all up as he answered the door. After showing him the device, Dr. Laz was blown away by the craftsmanship. They agreed what the device was for. They asked what the device was for, and Dr. Lazarus admitted it was for removing a slad from inside a humanoid. That's what Kemet had come to him about. Next, they had Dr. Laz take a thorough look at Christine. But the doc said he didn't see any evidence of slad infestation. In fact, Christine was carrying a healthy baby. He could even tell her the gender if she wanted. Christine didn't want to know, but the group had Dr. Laz tell them in private, and they were thrilled to hear that Kemet had a baby boy on the way. Now reassured that Christine would be okay, they paid for a room and gave her enough to buy a sled trip back to Lonelywood. Now that they had fulfilled their promise to Kemet, whether he had been untruthful or not, they had upheld their honor and could move on to bigger threats. And from what they had uncovered at the base of Kelvin's cairn, and had been told by the soothsayer, these Durgar were building something. They had 10 towns in their sights, and nothing would stop them unless our heroes stepped in their way. To top it off, these assholes had captured tall tree Thunlakalaga and were practically begging to get whooped. And so our protagonists set their sights on the spine of the world and headed out to save the day. They had been navigating thick snow and deep mountain valleys for hours when they finally spotted it. Beyond the snowy foothills, low-lying clouds obscure the icy peaks of the gargantuan mountains that form the spine of the world. Eventually, they get above the clouds and behold a sheer mountain wall rising more than 100 feet before them. Carved high on the wall are rows of arrow slits with lights burning behind them and clanking sounds issuing from them. A narrow staircase hewn from the rock leads up along the one side of the wall. They were finally here, but how would they proceed? And that's where we be. Let's unpause it and ask you guys, how are you going to proceed?
Do you think we should go up the stairs, or you think there's some other better way that we could get in there?
Do we see any? Well, yeah. Is there like a around the outside kind of situation? Can we go walk around?
Yeah,
Like the right side, based on the picture.
Yeah. Well, sure. Yeah, I mean, let's just push an hour. But you guys spend an hour kind of walking around that way, but you don't really find any like other buildings per se. It's mainly mountainside over to that side.
No doors, no secret doors, secret passages in the side of the mountain that we can like
something
detect.
That says "Speak, friend, and enter" in Elvish.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
I don't believe. It's like I almost want to ask you for a roll, but there technically isn't. Give me an investigation roll,
Okay.
and if it's a natural 20, I'll make up something.
There's a cave. I'll roll. I've always got good luck, right? Perception.
Go for it.
Totally fuck me.
Yeah. No,
All right, good.
Not.
All right. Oh, 20. No, yeah, you guys spend a good hour kind of looking around, and you're not able to see any kind of secret way in. It seems like the main entrance to this place is up the stairway, about 100 feet up. I mean, there's windows. They're arrow slit windows. Not that you guys could fit through them as you are, but...
Or reach them.
I could! Oops. Sorry.
Are there arrow slits also
I could
facing the stairs?
I could fit through them.
Steps.
Give me a perception check, Rizal. Actually, let me kick on some stuff.
You know, we could go up and I could launch a fireball into the into one of those arrow slits if we see anybody
23
start attacking us.
23. Okay. So yeah, you know what? Not as many as like are out here. But yeah, on the side where the stairs lead up, it's probably like a 10-foot gap. But at the very top, you can kind of make out an opening where the door is shut, but right next to it is a small arrow slit, flickering with firelight.
So guys, I have an idea.
What's that? What's your idea?
If we come in and we hug this wall here and climb while hugging the wall,
Mm-hmm.
we should be able to avoid being seen by the arrow slits on at least the sides. And if there are arrow slits on the other side, they wouldn't be a problem until we got right on top of them, because they wouldn't be able to see without leaning down.
That works great for you all, but I don't know if you've noticed I'm a bit of a noodly shape. Don't have quite the muscles that the rest of you do. Somebody want to carry me up?
To walk upstairs?
You can't walk upstairs?
I thought you said climbing.
No,
Yeah.
well,
I thought you meant
okay,
that
so
too.
the squares kind of do a zigzag, don't they? So I guess
Yeah.
my idea is about okay. I didn't notice that. I mean,
I'll
how
walk
heavy are you?
upstairs, but you can just go up the stairs if you guys want.
How heavy are you?
Perfect. Well, I could drop everything. And
Well, you don't
then
have to do that. You probably don't have to do that.
I
I
weigh.
have-
How do I tell?
Your
Are you over
weight.
300? I could lift 480 pounds, and I only have 112 on me, so
Jeez.
I can carry you if you want.
Oh, I guess I could have made my own weight. I weigh 12
Yeah.
pounds.
Goddamn.
Probably carry all of
They
us.
should give a guide, but
Get in my thermos, Mungo.
I could do that actually. Yeah. Okay.
you're like no, not ferrofluid. Whatever's in the abyss, like there's a bunch of air infused in your liquid, so you're just super light.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true,
I
but
mean-
okay. But yeah, you know what? I mean, Stonegrave could probably carry you if you wanted to look down that path of. Your
Mungo
idea
is
is
an emulsion.
to climb up the edge of the stairway against the wall on the left side, right? So you're like coming up below the windows.
Well, that was my idea, but
No, I do like that idea.
yeah.
I like it because it means we all die together if we're gonna die.
Sure.
Well, I mean, we could, in theory,
How
stay
tall?
towards- stay
Maybe
towards
these
the
gray
stairs,
dwarves
so-
aren't evil.
How tall is this tower? About 100 feet?
The whole thing, 200
Yeah.
feet.
200 feet. Okay. So each staircase then is 20 feet up.
Yeah,
Or-
it seems
or
true.
so.
Yeah. Yep.
So that means that Stonegrave and I could make a non-human ladder that everyone else can climb up. Just me standing on her shoulders.
Now we're
Yes.
thinking outside the
Okay.
box.
I like this. I like this a lot.
Okay. All right.
Actually,
And then we
that
can,
is
just, we can
actually-
just lean our back against the staircase and use our hands to help pull the other two up.
Okay.
that's actually a really good idea. That's and you know what we should do? We should also have shadow slacks be at the top, just in
Oh,
case
yeah.
something goes down.
Yep, I can put shadow slacks at the top of each landing.
Yeah, just in case something
Won't that let-
happens.
Won't that let people know we're coming up?
No, we're going to stay hugging the wall. We're going to go up the right side of the stairs, all the way up, hugging the wall.
Gotcha.
of the,
Okay.
So that's why we're going to work as a human ladder instead of using the steps.
Gotcha.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you've got yourselves a plan. Great. Is there any reason to make this? I mean, I guess just give me a group stealth. I'm not going to do it for every layer, just overall.
So everybody roll stealth.
Everybody roll stealth. I wonder if I can.
No, not terrible.
I'm not.
Oh, so that's what we're gonna be. All
stealthiness.
right.
Oh, we're definitely getting caught.
Oh, God.
Well, we just spent an hour walking around the place, so I'm sure they know we're here. Probably. Although they don't seem to pay attention very much, so we'll see.
Oh, they're just waiting.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
depends. I mean, they might be busy. Who knows?
Well,
all right.
the Durgar did the Durgar build this place, or did the Durgar take it over?
Great question. I
What a
don't know.
question, yeah.
Well, the fact that they have lights on is weird, because why would a species that sees entirely in the dark have lights on?
Warmth.
I guess.
I will
I mean,
say they're not
Stonegrave, you know
bright
about
lights,
stuff
but
like
yeah,
this, right?
good question. What
Like,
result?
is this architect? I was gonna say Stonegrave. Would this be like Durgar, like architecture? Like, is this like Stonegrave knows shit like that, right? Or no?
Yeah, I mean, I do have like smith tools and masonry stuff, and I speak Dwarven, so it's entirely
Right. So I wonder
possible.
if Stonegrave would like recognize this as like, yeah, this is how the
Well,
Durgar build their buildings or not.
are
History
the
check?
stairs built to a dwarven stride or to a stride of a full height or larger?
Mm,
Good question too.
those are all
Let
good
me,
questions.
Get
Yeah,
let me
let's
do
have
a history
Stonegrave
check.
roll.
brains on Brad.
I don't fucking know, guys.
I've never even seen a dwarf.
I mean, you're like, I don't know for sure. I mean, the stair theory is a good theory. Yeah, I mean, they're smaller stairs than normal, but I mean, all stairs are smaller than normal to Stonegrave. So,
Yeah.
So, what are these like built to code or like?
it's definitely
OSHA
not to
of this
go.
world.
No way.
Code.
This is a
Is this
DIY
wheelchair accessible?
staircase. Yeah. No.
I mean, is this like
Ooh.
built to SBC standards? Sword Coast Building Committee?
Sword Coast. No, they would not approve. This place would get shut down like that. Okay.
I think
well,
we're overthinking things.
Well, we've got a plan to go up. So
Yep,
I was just
let's do it.
the only reason I was wondering if the dwarves build it or not is I was wondering if they were tall enough to look out the arrow slits without standing on something.
okay.
But even if they were, I'm sure they have buckets to stand on.
Probably.
If it comes down to it, I'll just launch a fireball in the arrow slit.
There you go.
I
There
do
you
like that
go.
idea. I would like it better if I could watch the effect of the fireball, but I do still like the idea.
Right, we'd be cheated
Well,
out of
you
that.
know what? Afterwards, we can do that.
Okay. It's a deal.
All right.
All right, shake
how
on
we,
it.
How we doing this?
I spit
I'm
in my
gonna-
hand, it freezes, and then I shake your hand.
Well, I'm loading up the map that you will enter on. So I mean, you're climbing, I assume, right? You guys climbed up the side.
Yeah.
I mean, the way you described it, I don't know if we need rolls per se.
Well, if the stairs are 20 feet, and when Stonegrave lifts her arms up and I lift my arms up, we reach probably like 18 feet. So
Right.
between
Right.
the two of us lifting people up over, I mean, we can even pass Mungo right up to the top, to the landing.
Right.
Where we're going, we
Woo!
don't need rolls.
Yeah.
And then we just have to pull each other up. So that might need an athletics check for us to both climb up after
Right.
we pass those two up each time.
I mean, if you're climbing, it's just half speed. It's not like
Okay.
I mean, yeah, there's ice, but
and we have pythons. Yeah. So
Well, I'm just gonna push ahead like a minute or so.
You want us to die by falling, is basically.
No, yeah, I want this to be over before you ever get inside, for sure.
He has more
Did you roll
sinister
new
plans for us than
characters?
just a fall.
Yeah.
What an anticlimactic end to the campaign. That's how it's written, though.
Yeah, so as you die right here, rocks fall.
everybody falls, rocks die.
Everybody, that's right. All right. Let me get my people. Entry. Oh wait.
Meld with stone.
Come on, folder. Let me delete.
There's some map, huh?
You can see it. I don't see it.
No, I'm saying he's
Oh,
loading it up still.
I haven't hit active. I haven't put your tokens on it yet. Sorry.
He's leveling us up, so.
Yeah.
Right, we did. We did the stairs.
And so creatively.
By avoiding the stairs.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
those
That's
are
why
like
we're not leveling up
distinctively-
because we didn't hit the stairs. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Donkey
Get that
Kong
on some good
stairs.
cardio.
Good cardio. I like the idea that leveling up is just a like, hey, you worked out? All right.
And on that treadmill, level up, goddammit.
I'm sexy and I know it.
It's what's that character? One Punch Man. Who's like, yep, just
Yeah.
do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and run 10 miles.
Never skip breakfast,
Yeah.
even if it's just a banana. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
1,000 dwarves descend upon you. Each one more dwarfish than the last.
Oh yes.
This better speed.
Ooh, windy.
It's cold up here.
Oh, I see stuff.
Canadians.
What?
He said, I see stuff. He sees Canadians.
Must be it. All right. I think there's something to tell you about.
Is that all there is to Durga? Really? They're just Canadian dwarves.
That's right.
Canadian dwarves, eh?
You guys watch Letterkenny?
No, I've never watched Letterkenny.
I've seen some clips.
I've heard it's good.
Pretty awesome.
Is it like Always Sunny type of humor?
Much cleaner than Always Sunny.
Okay.
It's a lot of fast talk, back and forth, insult type stuff. Like, I'll tell you right now, if you're gonna play a bard, it's like perfect fuel for vicious mockeries.
So little kids in the hallish?
Less sketch comedy, more like it's actually like it's kind of like the Canadian version of King of the Hill almost. I guess.
It's not like, oh god damn it, what's the reference? Is it Junkyard Boys? No.
Trailer Park Boys.
Trailer Park Boys. It's not like that's raunchy. I always thought it was like that, but from how you're describing it, it's not like that.
Yeah, not really.
Oh, okay.
Here, I'll post a video. I'll put a video for you guys to check out on the break.
Oh, I gotta go back to work tomorrow. Boo.
I don't have to go back to work until next Monday.
Yeah, neither does my wife.
And my
But I
first
gotta-
day back is no students.
Oh, nice.
What's that?
think
Oh, it's just
she-
planning and stuff?
Finish up the
Oh,
report cards.
Mm.
Go home.
Yeah, I
early,
don't have
go to
students
Disney.
tomorrow or Friday, but gotta go in.
Okay.
All right, well, are we loaded up everywhere?
I am loaded in.
I believe I am all good. Plus 150 feet
Mm-hmm.
outside of 2 doorways or a double door with an arrow slit to look in.
Sounds good. Sounds like we're there. So, moving. Well, it says moving east. Climbing up onto the ledge leads you to the entrance of the fortress. A 10-foot-high double door of featureless stone. An arrow slit facing in your direction guards the approach. Or, well, okay, not your direction. Just up ahead.
I think I'm following.
Want to peek in the hole?
Always.
Okay.
I say Mungo should do it. He's the best at looking around.
Okay.
Okay. Yep, I stick my head in. Hello? Hello?
Stick it in.
Just kidding. Yeah, I go, I like that. Actually, man, you know what? I'm just gonna I'm gonna squeeze through there.
Oh, yeah, you can do
Um,
that shit.
I'm
Okay.
gonna leave everything behind.
Stonegrave, grab his shit.
Or anything, I guess anything that doesn't fit through the hole, I'll leave. I'll just
So you can bring your
extrude it out
arrows.
my back.
Yeah, your arrows will fit. What else do you have?
Yeah. What do I have? I don't know. Let's see. Inventory. I got clothing. That could probably fit through. I have the Lantern of Tracking Elementals.
Ooh. Yeah,
I have a Wand of the War Mage.
Yeah, that's arrow-like. That'll fit.
Some. I I have some books, my backpack, rations, potion of force resistance, a water skin, some torches. I have sending stones. And an expedition log. Oh, and a light hammer. And Dirth's dagger. We want a dagger? What am I doing with a dagger? Should have
Okay.
sold that shit.
I feel like it's going to take forever to try to go through that list and remove stuff, but like...
Okay, so just... I mean, I
a
never
majority
use
of
any
it would
stuff
have to be
anyway,
left.
so-
Yeah, I mean, later we'll
Yeah,
just go
that's
through and
fine.
just say, but a majority of it's there. I'll let you have your mage
Can I keep my
wand.
clothes in my wand?
Sure, you can keep your clothes.
Just
in
so I
your
don't
wand.
freeze to death?
Yeah, that'll be
Should I
fine.
just step through?
Probably
can't
will
step
yell
through.
at you. Hang on, I'll move you.
I will pick up Mungo's shit and hand it to Stonegrave.
Cool.
Oh, there's a... I just whisper back. Oh, wait, I don't whisper. I cast message. I message back. There's a little, like, thingy to open the door. A little turny thingy. You want me to open the front door?
Yes, please open the front door.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay,
let
I
me tell
walk
you.
over and... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Let me tell you about this room a little bit more, because there is what you've seen, but there's a little bit more. This room is heated
Ah.
and illuminated by braziers of glowing
Ooh.
hot coals. Visible on the west wall are an arrow slit, an iron lever, and a heavy iron winch. A floor-to-ceiling iron cage in the middle of the room contains an elevator shaft with chains running up and away from it. The chains are in constant motion, and you hear loud mechanical noises higher up in the shaft and farther down as well. A double door is embedded in the middle of the east wall. Air enters the room through a row of 4 arrow slits on the south wall.
Where? Oh, the shaft is this square thing here?
Yes, that's the elevator shaft.
Okay.
That's what
There's
she
an
said.
elevator in here.
Cute.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the little lever or whatever I need to open the winch.
All right, I think I made it so you can double click it.
Let me step back. Oh, doesn't look like it. Clicking around. What the click?
Ready to give
Did I
someone
do
some
it?
pull on this.
I think.
I hear a
You
weird
sound?
noise.
Okay, then yeah, you probably did it.
Yeah. Okay. Is it open?
Like, they don't open. Oh, it's beyond my reach. Well, my reach is 10 feet, so it shouldn't be.
No, the front
All right, I'm gonna
doors
open the
remain
door.
closed.
I just heard an
Was it
open
this
noise.
thing that I was supposed to hit?
Well, there's the lever
Oh,
as
man.
well. You did pull the winch, and you heard probably metal sliding.
Yeah. Did that not open the door? Okay.
No.
I yell, I don't think it's working. I hit the little lever here.
Oh, wait, just open.
Okay.
Huh.
Here it opened. Yep.
Ooh, should I squeeze back out and join you guys, or should I just hang out in here?
Are these circles a portcullis or something?
Yeah.
They just closed
Oh.
again.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think he was just double clicking a lot, and now it's thinking.
All right,
Okay.
clicked it one last time.
Oh, god damn it! I did too. Okay, well, we'll just wait and see.
There we are.
I'm gonna stand here. I'm gonna just message the three of them, or I'll just message Slacks and just say, hey, I'm gonna wait here, unless I hear screaming, and then I'll come running. Or should I just join you guys?
It doesn't
I
look
could
like
also-
there's a way for you to join us.
I mean, I could just slip back through the arrow slit.
I would slip back through the arrow slit if I were you.
Okay, I come back out. I think that makes sense too.
As you're passing through the arrow slit, you see a. Well, wait. I think I have a button for this.
What do I see? I gotta hit another button.
Did it work? All right, waiting for this is not working. Yeah, you see. I mean, the room's empty for the most part. You just see this big kind of puff of cold air becoming visible because of the coldness.
Hmm.
Like I can see something now that I couldn't see before because it's cold?
It's not necessarily that you weren't seeing it before. It just has happened. This kind of plume of not smoke, just kind of hot air in cold weather.
It might be somebody's breath. Remember, these guys can be invisible.
Fuck yeah. Okay. Hold on a second. You're right. I don't know what I'm thinking. Sorry. Mungo would know this. Richard should know this. I'm gonna go ahead and just cast see invisibility on my.
Shit.
Can I cast that on other people? Really didn't work out in my favor last time to cast it on myself. Nope, it's target self. Boo! Alright, well, I cast it on myself.
Okay. And yeah, at the far, I mean, in the corner of the room where you saw this plume of what appears to be breath now, yeah, you see the form of this Durgar take form.
Oh, can I come out? Or was that in this room? Sorry.
It was in
I made
this
a
room
mistake.
that you saw it.
Oh, okay. Alright, where is he located then?
Did it show you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, here's my question. Can I peek out and see that there is some way for them to go, or are they going to get stuck in some sort of, like, castle hole where they get hot boiling lava poured on top of them? You know what I'm talking about? Like, they had those, like, the outer gate and then the inner gate, and then once they went into the inner gate, you could, dump boiling oil on them or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Is
Yeah.
there like is it clear that they're going to be able to continue going forward, or are they stuck now?
From where you're at, there's no way to verify.
Okay, I'm going to slip out,
Okay.
and then I'd like to see, and then if it's clear, then I'm going to slip back in.
All right.
Okay, it looks clear. So
All right.
just like a 1-2 move here.
All right. Well, hang on. Let's touch base with
Okay.
them, and then have
Yep.
you go back inside. All right. What are
Sure.
you guys doing? Mungo has slipped inside, has pulled these things, messaged you. You guys have gotten the portcullis and the two doors open. You're now looking into, beyond the portcullis is an empty room with a narrow opening at the far end and an arrow slit in the western wall.
I'm gonna look at the ceiling. Do I see
I
anything?
say to them, "Oh, sorry. There's one guy in this other room." Shh.
How come he didn't? Did he know you saw him?
I don't think so.
These guys are not bright.
Maybe he thinks he's setting up a trap.
Maybe I'm gonna cast armor of Agathis on myself just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just target myself here. Wink. Go. So, do I now have to hit apply active effect? Is that how this works? Sorry.
No, it should do it. I think it's just thinking.
Okay. Yeah, my hit points haven't moved, so.
Hang on. Before we do anything,
I just summoned Shadow Slacks.
You're not supposed to have to hit that. Who's not doing? This is a good way to start our battle. Okay, what to do about this? You shithead, we're trying to have fun, Foundry. this be a trap? Well, I'll tell you. You look at the ceiling, and the ceiling is fine. It looks safe. The ceiling looks good. Nothing coming down from the ceiling.
All right. I'm gonna look towards the arrow slit.
Okay. Well, you can't see through it.
Well, I'm not going up to it. I'm still standing in the doorway.
Oh, okay.
Want me to go into the arrow slit?
You want to go look at the arrow slit? How about
Yeah,
we
I
put
get-
shadow slacks
I got this big old
over there
pole
too?
on.
Well, can I go that far? 5, 10, 15. Yeah.
Yeah, let's shadow slack. See what they do. See what they do.
Just put shadow slacks in front of the arrow slit
Okay.
and see what happens.
I'm gonna move up 5. See what happens there. Gonna take another 5.
It's still not doing what it's supposed to.
I'm going to have Shadow Slacks lean his body against the arrow slit and put his arm up to block it so that he's in the way, and then we can all walk past.
I got a little dude on me. It's like a little character sheet icon.
I
Something.
think it's just target. It's a target icon.
Yeah, somebody's targeted you.
Oh, I targeted myself.
Probably.
All right.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try something. Well, okay. Let me just run this past you guys. I think that my computer is slow because of the stream part. I think I could probably fix some stuff by turning off the stream, but then it's not recorded. Overall, I think the speed of the game is more important, but what is your thought? You cool losing the stream, or?
I mean, it's not something I live or
Yeah.
die for,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's up to you
I mean-
guys.
I mean, now that I'm participating in the game, I don't really watch them anymore. But I
Yeah.
was watching.
Yeah.
Um,
Living the experience is more important than streaming it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I
yeah.
agree.
I'm okay with turning it off. Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, I don't want to lose it either. I just don't want this to be a pain. And
Maybe just
yesterday's
this
game
week,
was
you know?
perfect, but then now it's all
Foundry
of a sudden
seems
slow.
to be laggy from my end, too.
Is it?
Yes.
Huh.
Anybody else?
Well, it was lagging on the doors stuff, and it hasn't given me my armor of Agathis yet. So yeah,
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
but
I think
that's
it's
on me.
Foundry that's laggy. I don't think it's your computer.
Well, it's because OBS is running everything also on top of the stuff. But
Okay.
All right, well, let's shut it off. All right, sorry, stream. Sorry about that. Catch the recap next time, and I'll tell you what happened. Bye.